Hundreds of trucks, tractors, delivery vans and other vehicles have blocked roads and caused significant disruption around the country today.
Now, many forecourts across the country still don't have any fuel to sell to their customers following the last 5 days of protests and blockades.
Enough was enough.
For the past week, Ireland has been at a standstill. From the gridlock on the M50 to the gates of the Whitegate refinery, we've seen a level of civil disruption that hasn't been felt in decades. We have hauliers and farmers claiming they are on the brink of bankruptcy, and the public is caught in the middle of it, struggling to reach hospitals and airports. So in today's video, we're going to be looking into the 2026 fuel crisis and how we got here, why the demands for cheaper fuel hit a legal brick wall, and whether the government's last-ditch efforts will actually help the average driver. To understand why your local petrol station is charging north of €2 for diesel, we have to look across the Atlantic. Since Donald Trump's return to the White House, the maximum pressure campaign on Iran hasn't just returned, it's gone into overdrive. While Washington is aiming to make a great deal in the Middle East, the collateral damage is being felt at the pumps in places like Mullingar and Middleton. Within weeks, the Strait of Hormuz has turned into a geopolitical chessboard. Global oil markets have gone into a tailspin. It turns out that when a US president decides to shake up the Middle East, it's the Irish commuter who ends up paying for the invoice. It's a bit of a cheeky reality. We're all currently paying a premium for an American foreign policy we didn't vote for. It seems making America great again comes at the cost of making Ireland's diesel prices absolutely astronomical. Because Ireland is an island at the end of the supply chain, we feel the ripples in massive waves. By early April, diesel hit €2.18 per litre. For a trucker or a farmer, this is not a price hike, it's a business-ending event. So when the protests started, their demands were clear: a price cap of €1.10, the removal of the carbon tax, and a massive VAT cut. On paper, it sounds like common sense, but as Virgin Media's Gavin Reilly pointed out, among other political outlets, these demands are hitting a legal immovable object. First, there is an excise floor. Under EU law, diesel must carry a minimum tax of 33 cents per litre. As Reilly's figures show, after the government's recent cuts and rebates for hauliers, Ireland is already at that 33 cent limit. Legally, they cannot go any lower, without a direct bypass from Brussels, which likely isn't coming. Then there's the VAT trap. Protesters want 0% VAT, but EU rules state motor fuel must be charged at the normal national standard rate, which in Ireland is currently 23%. To cut VAT on fuel, the government would have to cut it on everything: clothes, electronics, even hair appointments. This means that a 1% general VAT cut would cost the state €684 million a year, but it will only lower diesel by 1.75 cents. To get a 10-cent drop, the government would lose €4.1 billion in a single year, essentially emptying the national treasury and risking massive inflation. And even at that, the protesters still won't be happy. While the maths is being debated in Dublin, the reality is felt on the roads. As blockades moved from slow-moving convoys to total shutdowns, the public mood began to shift. We saw people abandoning cars to walk to the airport and retail supply chains starting to snap. Perhaps the most powerful moment was an open viral letter on r/Ireland subreddit. This came from a stage 4 cancer patient trapped in a blockade while trying to get to St. Vincent's for chemotherapy. Although they understood why the protest was taking place, they did ask, "Is my life the price of your cheaper diesel?" Forced a lot of people to ask if a legitimate protest for a livelihood should ever override someone else's right to life-saving care. And it also sparked debates online on whether a lot of the demands are realistic. Thankfully, we have a €505 million resolution. Sinn Fein are currently processing a motion of no confidence that will be taking place tomorrow on April 14th. This has shown that the government has finally blinked. Although whether or not this no confidence vote will be successful, it's hard to know, but it does show that change is around the corner. So for regular drivers, what does this mean? Starting from midnight this Tuesday, the excise will be cut a further 10 cents per litre on both petrol and diesel. This brings the total reduction for motorists to around 27 cents for petrol and 32 cents for diesel, when everything is being factored in. As for the carbon tax, it isn't and can't go anywhere unfortunately, as it is an EU requirement. However, the planned May 1st increase has been scrapped until the October budget. This prevents an immediate jump in the price of heating oils and solid fuels. And there is some direct help for the protesters, as there is now a €100 million subsidy for farmers and fishers, plus a direct support scheme for haulage operators. So to conclude, as the roads are beginning to clear, the tension still remains. The government has spent nearly all of its emergency reserves, and the protesters have proven that they can paralyse the country. This resolution might not save the government from a no-confidence vote this week, but it doesn't change the underlying problem. As long as global oil is a weapon of war, Ireland remains extremely vulnerable. And so, what do you think? Is the 10-cent cut at the pump enough to make the disruption worth it? Or was this a legal wall to allow the Dáil to do as little as possible? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, which I imagine you did just as much as my VRT video, please remember to like, share and subscribe, and hit that bell icon for future uploads. I also want to thank every single one of you who watched my Mitsubishi Evo 10 video I uploaded last week. That video took a bit more time to make, and I'm really delighted with the views that it has done and the debate it has caused in the comments below. If you want to see more videos like that, I had a great time making it. I would love to make more. Just let me know your thoughts on what cars you want me to do down in the comments below. And finally, thank you all so much for watching. I hope to see you all very soon.